What the master is after, what they really want to offer, is to bring you to enlightenment. If you don't want that, for them it's like, I have strawberry ice cream. And you're like, yeah, I don't want strawberry ice cream. Okay, you can watch me give it to other people, it's no problem, and learn how tasty strawberry ice cream is without eating it. And the last, to do. Therefore, as a consequence, you could say, it is very, very wise to actively love the Guru. Put your heart into your relationship with the Guru. Pray for your Guru. Do whatever good thing you can do for them, especially following their advice, applying their teachings, seeking out their help actively, and offering your little ways of nurturing them. Be ready to really go through all the hells and all the heavens that are needed for you to reach liberation. If you're willing to do that together with your Guru, you're giving him or her the greatest gift that you can offer. If you start to be like, oh, but the Guru did like that, and maybe they don't love me, and this and that, already you lose, you dim down your connection with them, you water down what that relationship is meant to be when you bring your petty little things into this kind of connection. Instead, love actively. And then you will see the one step towards the Guru and 1,000 steps, they will come back to you with lots and lots of grace and amazing cosmic gifts of all sorts. And a beautiful scene for this, if you would want to watch, by the way, very recommendable, this online, well, it's basically like a TV show, but they are doing it in their own app. It's called The Chosen. You find the first season on YouTube. It's a multi-season story about the life of Jesus. Super beautifully done. And if you have the nerves to watch for free episode 3 of season 2, which you find in the same session as episode 2 of season 2. It's a very, very inspiring scene of, I think it's from verse Matthew 4:24. It's a depiction of this short verse which says, of the Bible, which says, and Jesus went into Syria and healed a lot of people. And they made basically some 30-minute dramatization, or however you want to call it, yes, thank you, of that moment when he went and healed all these people. And they make this beautiful polarity, if you will, even a little bit of a conflict between how the disciples relate to each other around the fire, and they have their little problems and their little stuff, and they think it's so important, and they get riled up about it, and I don't know what. And then the Master appears. Jesus comes back from healing for many, many, many hours. Thousands of people completely smashed, completely, with blood on his hands from healing people and all sorts of stuff. And he's just very humbly just passing, trying to hold it together. Okay, good night, everyone. And his mother, Mary, does this very simple gesture of just helping him in that moment. Just a little thing. Taking off his jacket, washing his feet, giving him a hug. Why don't you go to bed, my son? And he is her master, right? But she just felt full of the motherly love that she has for her son. She realized the simple little thing that she could do in that moment. You would ask yourself, can I help someone who just healed 4,000 people in one day? I don't think they need me much. No, they don't technically, but they do. You play a role. You're there for a certain reason. It makes sense why you are part of the following of your master. So take that place and offer from the humble possibilities that you have, offer what you are meant to offer, what speaks in your heart. Even a simple gesture is taking a jacket and helping to clean the bloody hands and giving a hug and saying goodnight. Just something simple like that. This was just a little bit of some ideas that hopefully can outline for you, like a little sketch, outline for you the attitude that a disciple has in front of the master. There's many, many more things to say, but I wanted to start with something that is understandable and applicable and can help you to make maybe a first practical shift. If you have the desire of being a disciple, if you feel in your heart that you have found your path, your lineage, your teacher, that then you are able to commit yourself in this new way. And by the way, like and subscribe and hit the bell wherever you are, and comment and let us know what you think and all the good things. It could be. Now, it's a very nice way of putting it. Of course, there will be people in your life that will bother you, and they are not, actively a master, a liberated being in that sense that can actively teach you and take over some of your karma and all these crazy things that masters actually do for you. But we could at least transfigure and see that in a way they are a master, no? Because they teach you something about you. So even they are not a master in the big way, the master in the big way, but for sure with the way that they are bothering you, they tell you a lot about yourself. Now, if we are talking about a liberated being that typically would give you two inner impulses, will give you an immense fascination, feeling touched, feeling mesmerized with the way that that being lives, with the way that that being teaches, or whatever is mesmerizing you, and on top is also pushing your buttons. That's a very good mixture. Yeah, then you might be getting closer to the master. Now, it could also be that the master, that actually is the master, is for now not bothering you. But this could be because maybe the viewpoint is still too narrow. Yeah, you haven't yet in depth inquired into the teachings of that master, understanding everything that they are about. There will come something that will bother you because we have an ego, right? So that's just what it is. But definitely, if there's this mixture of a profound admiration, transfiguration, fascination, and then mixed with like, oh my God, like this is wild, that could be a good sign. Of course, it's your master if you feel it in the heart. The point is that you might get bothered later. You know, you're not bothered right now, great. But just know that when you move from being an ego to being a liberated being, even though you might be very happy to get bothered, there might be moments of bothering. But if, for example, let's say, right, your wish to be free is very profound, then it's like, well, yeah, that was painful and annoying, but that was necessary, right? It's like I got my wisdom tooth pulled. That wasn't nice, but it had to happen, right? So when your inner goal is very clear, the bothering part of it will not necessarily be horrible in that way. You know, it will just be like, yeah, okay, yeah, that was really hard. And then I was shaking, and then I was vomiting, and then the master held me like that, and then again, the chosen Mary Magdalene first episode, first season, when he heals her from the demons that possess her. There's a very nice scene for that. She was sort of bothered, right? She was like, stop following me. What do you want from me? And so on. And then he's like, okay, I'm going in there, and boom, and now I'm healing you, right? She was bothered for a second, but not really, you know. She was never actually bothered by him. Just be aware that it is the wisdom tooth pulling is part of the process. And it's bothersome to a certain degree. But if you are focused on on the liberation part of things, it will not be as bothersome as for other people, right? If it's like, oh my God, I don't know really if I want to be liberated, maybe a little bit, but also I want to be socially accepted and be praised all the time. Well, we'll be very bothered. So the bothering part, see it more like a mechanism that is part of the deal, but it doesn't have to be, that you roll your eyes about the master every day. But it's not needed like that. But there might come periods where you get challenged. Maybe, for example, it doesn't even have to be something personal, but let's say the master gives you a certain practice. And then for years and years, you try to do that practice and you're just not succeeding and you're just bothered out of your wits. And it's like, why can I not get this done? Now you're not necessarily bothered with the master himself, but still with the process, with the lineage, with the path and all of that, right? And you're aware that it's not them doing something to you. But, it might bother you in that way. And then, of course, there's the possibility of projecting things and so forth, and then it looks bothering. So just see it as something that, might come as a mechanism later on, but it doesn't have to unfold like, oh my God, I'm bothered in that way. Just challenged. For example, your master is very much into let's say, profound forgiveness and compassion. But can you manifest every second of every day yet complete forgiveness and compassion? Probably not. And then that might bother you at times, that's not possible, but it's sort of required in that way in order to liberate, right? So you will grapple with that and wrestle with that, and that's the kind of bothering I mean, right? It doesn't have to be that they bother you personally. Yes, if you don't have aspiration for enlightenment, the master still can offer you inspiration to be on your best behavior, like, Christ inspired many people to be actually, a lot of our culture and cultural values are from that. To, think about others also and give charity and do all these things, right? So you can still learn, you can still get something. But what the master is after, what they really want to offer, is to bring you to enlightenment. If you don't want that, for them it's like, I have strawberry ice cream. And you're like, yeah, I don't want strawberry ice cream. Okay, you can watch me give it to other people, it's no problem, and learn how tasty strawberry ice cream is without eating it. It's possible. So it's a little bit like this. In order to get the full picture, you would need to want to be liberated, but that doesn't mean you cannot get inspired on the way. And yes, the only criteria to enter discipleship, real discipleship, is that you are inspired by the life of the master. Imagine, you eat the master. This means you become like the master. If you don't like what you see, don't eat. Yeah, it will not work out. So you need to be inspired by their life, by their teaching, and ready to go to liberation. And then they appear as the master. Imagine you would go in the morning to pick up your child, and you come with the enthusiasm of a mother with the breasts filled with milk, ready to go. It's painful, yes, and they are there in the corner, and they're like, no, mother, please, it's too much. You have to bother already with daddy and with the house. No, please, no milk. No, I cannot. It's too much. I want to be humble. I heard this thing about humbleness, and it's not right. You would be like, are you crazy, child? What is going on with you? I need to give my milk to someone. You are supposed to be my kid, drinking my milk and, giving me purpose. Yeah, that's what the child is offering you. In the same way, for the master, it's absurd. He or she is coming, locked and loaded, to take care of you, to be there, to offer everything they are. Imagine Jesus was born to this planet. He's ready to die for everybody, and then everybody's like, you know what? We don't deserve it. It's too much. Don't worry. You have so much to do. Why don't you go visit your family? Saying, no, this is my purpose. If you don't want, I'm dying for these over here. I don't care. This is what I'm doing, right? So the master will anyways do what they do, and they would love you. They would love you to be there. And for them, it's absurd that you would not want to be there. Like it is absurd for you if your child would be like, no, no, mom, please, not more milk. Stop producing milk. It's too much. It's, you know, you need to have vitality. What are you talking about? Yeah? So in the same way, you can imagine. As you said, it seems to have happened. It's how your path unfolded up to now. And now you can make choices of what you want to do next. Never ever is it wrong to get yourself inspired from different sources. But you might want to contemplate if maybe it is the time to deepen into some of the teachings. You know, like some people like Marpa, for example, he had several masters. But he had one main master, Naropa. But he had many that he studied from. And it's not wrong at all, right? But it's good to look out for this place where your soul vibrates and you're like, okay, something is happening here. And when that happens, you deepen. For sure you deepen. And then it's not wrong that also you hear some teachings, this and that. It's completely normal. But look out for that moment to happen so you don't miss it because you are, you know, shopping around. But instead, when it happens, vibrating, I'm feeling something, then you go in. Well, let's put it like this. There could be a master. For example, in the context of Mahasiddhas, you will find that it's not so linear, the lineage. Yeah, actually, it's less traditions that have a linear lineage where it's like, and the master, and he had a disciple, and became the master, and he had a disciple, and so on. This doesn't happen so often, actually. It is often more crossover style. And in the Mahasiddha lineage, you will have this, that masters will just pop out somewhere. That doesn't mean that they don't have a master at all. They might have a master in the astral, and it could also just be that they, you know, they have had so much time with their, often not just one master, but many different masters in so many occasions through so many lives and afterlives and this and that, that actually they are continuously surrounded by their masters and continuously embraced and helped and influenced in that way. So just because we can't see the particular, very clear, okay, this person, that doesn't mean that there's not that cosmic guidance also happening. Hey guys, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on spirituality, Tantra and more.
And if you want to sign up for our online classes or for our retreats, you can see our website on the description below.